Himos.
Once upon a time, Containment Doomsday was one of the scariest tanks in Injustice Mobile. His resurrection made him a nightmare to deal with, and everyone wanted him on their team. But as the years went by, new updates, stronger passives, and power creep turned this once feared card into nothing more than a relic of the past. And in today's video, we're breaking down the downfall of Containment Doomsday and how one of the game's most unique characters became completely forgotten. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day as always. Today we're taking a look at one of our most beloved characters, Containment Doomsday. Before we begin, be sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the summer, so if you could do that for me, like and sub, I would very much appreciate it. And with that being said, let's get into it.
Yuki Production.
Still spending hours grinding Injustice Mobile just to unlock a few characters? It's time to start wasting your time and start dominating. At InjusticeMobileMods.shop, we make it simple. Get the characters, power credits, and gear you need, all at the lowest prices with same-day delivery guaranteed. No waiting, no risky sellers, just fast, safe, and reliable service trusted by thousands of Injustice Mobile players. We've helped build players stack rosters, unlock rare elites, and leveled up their accounts without the grind. Need support? We've got real people ready to help you. Need it fast? Most orders are delivered the same day. So if you're ready to skip the hassle and jump straight into the action, visit InjusticeMobileMods.shop now. Power up your team and start winning today. Link in the description below. When Containment Doomsday first stomped into Injustice Mobile, he wasn't just strong. He was unstoppable. His passive evolutionary rebirth lets him resurrect up to 3 times per match, each time returning with 50% health, 50% power, and an extra 10% damage boost. In the slower defense-heavy meta of the past, this was a nightmare for opponents. You could knock him out, but you knew he'd come back stronger, and then stronger, and again and again. Back then, pulling Containment Doomsday from a pack meant you had a tank that could stall, punish mistakes, and wear down entire teams almost by himself. But as the game evolved, so did the competition, and not in Doomsday's favor. His strengths slowly turned into weaknesses, and here's why. The first reason is because, well, power creep hit hard. New characters started entering the game with absurd passives, unblockable combos, and special abilities that could drain power, disable passives, or just outright one-shot him. Suddenly, 3 resurrections didn't mean much when you couldn't survive a single special. Second, gear changed the game. Back in the day, his survivability was terrifying, but with the release of gears like the Tanu Totem, Necron Scythe, and other damage boosting equipment, players could end a fight before Doomsday even got back up. Third, speed became king. The old meta rewarded tanks, but the modern meta rewards speed and burst damage. Characters like Arkham Knight Batman, Raven, and Blackest Night Flash could overwhelm him before his passives had time to shine. And fourth, easily countered. Power drain, healing reduction, and passive disable effects turned his triple resurrection into a gimmick instead of a win condition. Once you know how to counter him, he's no longer a threat. At max level and Elite 10, Containment Doomsday sits at around 45,000 damage and 82,000 health. Back when he released, these numbers were considered solid, especially for a tank-focused character. He wasn't designed to melt opponents in seconds, but his bulk meant he could outlast most threats, and that's where his passives came into play. His ability, Evolutionary Rebirth, was his signature weapon. 3 times per match after being knocked out, Doomsday would resurrect with 50% of his max health, power, and each time he came back, he'd gain a 10% damage boost for the rest of the fight. This meant that in drawn out battles, he didn't just survive, he got stronger. Early on, this was devastating. Matches back then were slower, and opponents often burned through specials trying to finish him off, only for him to rise again immediately, threaten a special attack, and swing the momentum back in his favor. But here's the catch, his damage stats were never top tier, even in his prime. Without crit gear or strong team buffs, he could take forever to finish off enemies, which in today's burst heavy meta is a death sentence. Worse, his health pool, which used to feel massive, is now average compared to modern tanks that can hit over 100k health with far stronger passives. In his prime, Containment Doomsday thrived when paired with characters that could keep him in the fight longer or capitalize on his multiple resurrections. Back then, his best teammates were characters such as Prime Raven, which could steal health to keep him topped up between revives, or characters such as Regime Flash, which grants power generation boost, meant he'd always have specials ready after reviving. These teams made Doomsday a wall you couldn't ignore. If you took him out, you were spending precious time and power leaving his teammates to clean up. But as the years went by, the meta shifted, and Containment Doomsday's synergies stopped keeping up. His modern counters were characters such as Blackest Night Flash. His passive slows opponents, making Doomsday's already sluggish playstyle even easier to punish. Or Arkham Knight Batman. High base stats, stun, and critical burst can burn through Doomsday's health bars quickly. And another example is Necron Sai / Standard Totem users burst damage so high that all 3 of Doomsday's lives can disappear in seconds. So the result, Doomsday's triple resurrection became more of a delay tactic than a real win condition. In older metas, every extra life brought you precious seconds to turn the fight around. In the current meta, those seconds barely matter because 1 or 2 big crits can send him right back down. Now, on paper, Evolutionary Rebirth still sounds powerful. 3 revives, health, power, and even a stacking damage boost, but in practice, the ability just hasn't aged well. And here's why. First, damage scaling outpaces tanking. Modern characters can deal damage so fast that his 50% revive health is barely a buffer. 1 big crit or special from today's meta cards can instantly delete that health bar before he even swings. Second, the damage boost is too small. A 10% increase per revive sounds nice, but over 3 revive, that's only 30% total. Far less than the massive buffs modern cards get instantly from their passives or gear. And third, he doesn't support his team. Many top tier passives now boost the whole team, control the opponent's power, or apply debuffs. Doomsday's passive is selfish, which means once he's gone, he's not helping the rest of the squad at all. Back when the game was slower, Evolutionary Rebirth was terrifying because every revival brought your team time and momentum. In today's burst heavy ability stack meta, those extra lives just delay the inevitable. Containment Doomsday will always be remembered as one of Injustice Mobile's most unique characters, a tank that refused to stay down. In his prime, he was the ultimate war of attrition, but time, updates, and the never-ending arms race of power creep turned him from a meta-defining threat into a forgotten relic. He's a reminder that no matter how strong a character feels today, the meta can bury them tomorrow. Rest in peace, Containment Doomsday. May your triple resurrection live on in our memories. Whether he'll ever get a rework to rise again remains to be seen, but for now, Containment Doomsday stands as a symbol of an era long gone. A reminder that in the world of Injustice Mobile, no one stays on top forever. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like and subscribe button for more character breakdowns and let me know in the comments what's your take on Containment Doomsday. Should he get a buff or should he stay in the past? And with that being said, I'ma catch y'all in the next one.